Okay, here we go. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi, it's Chronofahx, and welcome to Zelda Friday with Majora's Mask. So, it'll give me a second to get things, get the game ready. There we go. I was trying to close out of the window for the Switch, because I am playing Majora's Mask on a on the recompiled version, so I have to switch out my my video capture card with an Xbox controller. Okay, hopefully this is all good and set up. Oh yeah, I guess I can also go ahead and switch the category game on the purple app. So, sure. There we go. Successfully updated. And yep, let's go ahead and jump into Majora's. Oh, it's lagging already. Oh, so much lag. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I can make this work. Okay, there we go. I'm actually getting good frames now. I'm getting a good frame rate now. Okay, so last time, I believe I did Castle of Ikana. That's where I left off. Which means next on our list should be doing Stone Tower now. So what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to go to the entrance of Stone Tower and start making the climb. But I think by the time I reach the top, I'll go and do something else. Because there's a couple things I want to do during night of the second day. Okay, walk in. And welcome to Stone Tower. All right. Night of the second day, 36 hours remain. Okay. But this section, I would recommend just keeping the hookshot out, because you're going to need it throughout the entirety of it. Immunity to boulders! Oh, hi, Beamos. Yeah, also have bombs out, because this is going to be your most common enemy you're going to find here. All right, so that raises that. It's good. That's what I need. And there we go. The LG of Emptiness. Been drowned. Yeah. Do you all remember when that was everywhere? Like, that was everywhere in the Zelda community. Just seeing Ben drowned everywhere. Honestly, I kind of miss creepypastas like that. Those were kind of fun and added a lot of personality to the community. Alright. There we go. I don't know why I didn't take it the first time. But yeah, your goal with Stone Tower is basically create clones of Human, Goron, and Zora Link and use the LG of Emptiness to climb your way to the top of Stone Tower. That's your goal. But you have to push the buttons in a certain order, otherwise they get caught and you won't be able to progress. Because these... Oh. these giant blocks move in a certain pattern. Alright, so now I need Zora Link. Again, I don't know why it's not taking it the first time. And yeah, this leads into one thing that I wish that a remaster of this game would eventually add in. Just a button just to push to basically just replay the LG of Emptiness automatically. Because it does get a little tiring constantly playing the LG of Emptiness over and over again. Because you will be playing the LG of Emptiness a lot climbing in through Stone Tower. Like minimum like 12 times just to get to the top. Does not even take it into account the additional 3 times every time you want to enter Stone Tower Temple. Alright, hop across there. And these things are basically there to bring these back once you've replayed the LG of Emptiness and gotten rid of your previous clones. Let's see, not that button first. Alright. Let's see, where is the next one? Do, 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 do. Alright, there we go. Oh. Take that, Beamos. Go. Is it this button? Yep, it's looking like it. Okay. Do do ba ba bum bum. And with one clone created, another disappears. All right. And this one can move out. Good. And let's go ahead and put Goron Link here. Also, playing this on Recompiled makes creating the clones a lot easier. Because in the original, you basically had to constantly go back and forth and in the menus to get what you need. Particularly with the Transformation Mask, your Ocarina, and the Hookshot. Plus your bombs if you wanted to get rid of the Beamos. But here, I can just have everything I need all on one thing, and I don't have to constantly go into the menu. So that is another plus. And I guess you could technically also do that with the N64 version. Since the 3DS version has, I think, 4 buttons associated to items versus this one, which has 3. So, plus the Ocarina has its own dedicated button. So, yeah. All right, Zora's next. Dun 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 dun. Stuck on that button forever. All right, let's take off the Zora mask because human Link is best at doing platforming. Let's see. Oh, hi, Fire Keys. Go. These buttons are for if I need to come back. Come on. Aim. Come. Sometimes I hate doing the control stick, and I prefer doing the, what is it, the gyroscope controls. Alright, so where is the next one that I need to take? Okay, that takes that one down. And I think this is the last one. Like before. Yep, there's the save statue. So, yep, this is the entrance to Stone Tower. Alright, there we go. As per usual, it gives me a fairy. Gonna take advantage of that. Okay. So now that I've unlocked the shortcut back to the entrance of Stone Tower, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing other things. The stuff that I wanted to do for Night of the Second Day. So first I'm going to spawn back into South Clock Town. And I'm going to head to Ikana Graveyard. Because I want to open another one of those graves. Because each night, you can open another new grave in Ikana Graveyard. So let me summon Epona. Alright. There you are, old girl. Come here. Alright, let's ride. Ha! Ha! Go. Hop over the fence. Hop over another. Landing into the blue fire while I was doing that jump. And let's get off. Also want to pull out my bow and captain's hat. Let's head it. Go! Oh, hey, thanks for the boost. All right. There you go. Finally. Don't know why it was taking so long. Yeah, just cured myself of the jinxing. Oh, Captain! Everyone get the Captain some attention. Open the grave. Open it? Yes, sir. Everyone, follow me. And also, I'm hoping to get this done so that I finish what I need to exactly at 10. You'll find out why soon. Go through the door. And here we have some invisible enemies that aren't so invisible to Tattle, so I'm good. Let's see. Yep, you're a Skulltula. Probably same with you. Okay. Here we go. So let's pull out the Lens of Truth. Do the little spammy thing. Take out the Skulltula. And this one is bombable. This one isn't, but okay, that one is an invisible wall. Let's pull out our blast mask and kaboom! And here we face another iron knuckle. Only this one's silver. Okay. Pull out my sword so I can do a jump attack right into it. Oh my gosh. Well, good thing I decided to grab a fairy before I came in. But you know what? Let's do it. Live dangerously. Bathed in its fire. Alright. And I'm not gonna worry too much about the low health because I got a heart. And I've assembled a new heart container too. So now I have 9 heart containers. Yeah, 9. And I'm gonna go ahead and just warp out. Alright, so now I'm going to restore the flow of time back to normal. Because again, I want it to be 10 o'clock for what's coming. And we're already pretty close to the hour, so... Oh yeah, I need to get stuff out first. So first, Romani's mask, and let's put the hookshot back on. I don't need the hookshot right now, but I kind of like having it constantly. Dude is gonna head in. Members only milk bar opens for 10 p.m. So why does he get to get all in a half hour early? Huh? Explain to me that, huh? Also, where's his cow head? He needs that cow head to enter. Huh? I'm thinking way too hard about this. Okay. 10 o'clock. Let me in. You are a member. Please, come in. Welcome to the milk bar. Restore back to slow. Because that's all I needed it for. Because there are 2 things that I want to do here in the milk bar. So I'm gonna wait for him to return to his seat. I'm gonna release some bugs into the establishment, and the milk and the attendant is just gonna watch me do it. Okay, so first, let's have a drink. What'll it be? Let's get some Chateau Romani. Drink it to replenish all your magical power, and it improves stamina. Basically meaning, we now have infinite magic for the remainder of this time cycle. I recommend you go out and do the same if you're going to be tackling Stone Tower. Because, yeah. The milk jug just spawned in, along with the fishbone. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Stone Tower is very magic hungry, so I would recommend getting infinite magic for what's coming. Did you get tipsy from something like milk? Oh yeah, that's the other reference to Chateau Romani potentially having alcohol in them. We are scheduled to do a show, but it got cancelled. This place has a reputation of being a great live venue, so it's a shame. I'd like to do a sound check though. I just want to see what it would have been like. Hey you! Could you help me with the performance? Sure. Okay, you play the ocarina, right? Go stand in the center spotlight. Okay, play your ocarina like this. Okay, that feels good. What feels good? That wretched, senseless racket. Okay. And you want to go through all the transformations for this. Okay, you play the drums, right? Go stand at the real left. Of course I get the smallest one, even though I'm a Goron. Play your drums like this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. So yeah, just kind of repeat this until you go through all the transformations. Also, I love the little detail that the Zora guy basically whacks his tail in like joy and tried to look back at the dude. At the drunk guy. Okay, play your guitar like this. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, that feels good. What feels good? And finally, Deku. You play the pipes, so you get the biggest spotlight. Play your pipes like this. Bravo, that was the best! That melody. That melody. It brings back so many memories. It's their old standby, Ballad of the Windfish. That's a song that members of the previous generation of the Indigogos made famous. I entered show business because I heard this song at the Carnival of Time long ago. By doing performances, I thought maybe I'd get to meet the singers of that song. The one you heard singing must have been the original Lulu, mother of the current lead singer who's also named Lulu. So her daughter is singing now. Is that so? I'd like to hear that. I'm sorry I booed you. Please, take my mask. I got another mask. The circus leader's mask. It's useless. No, seriously, this thing is pretty much useless. All it does is just make you look like you're perpetually crying. And the only purpose it serves in the N64 version is that if you wear it during the Crimea chase, whacking chase, if you wear this mask, the bandits that try to steal the milk will back off and will never attack. That's literally its only purpose. Again, if you're playing the N64 version. If you're playing the 3DS version, they actually added in an extra side quest involving the circus leader's mask, which at the end will reward you with an additional empty bottle. One more than what was in the original N64 version. Kind of torn on this because on the one hand, it does give a purpose to probably the most useless mask in the game. But on the other hand, we already have enough empty bottles. I don't think adding another one was really necessary. And it feels kind of gratuitous. Right, but with that, let's go ahead and start making our way into Stone Tower. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, hey, the fairy is still flying around in the background. Yeah, let's capture an empty bottle before it disappears. Because the fairies will disappear after a certain amount of time. Okay, I think this button next. Nope. So then, does this one do... Okay. So it's right, forward, left. Okay. So let's go ahead and get rid of this Goron statue. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, that is another thing. If you screw up with the LG of Emptiness, you have to basically just replay everything from here. You have to constantly replay the song over and over. It does get old after a while. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. LG of Emptiness. Okay, and once again, I think Okay, so it's left then. Do. How many times do I have to play this song? And we watch the other one disappear. I actually don't think I've ever seen that before, actually. Okay, press that to unlock the final one. And again, Deku statue does nothing because it's not heavy enough to press any of these switches. Alright, here we go. Let's head into the mouth of the temple. And welcome to Stone Tower Temple. And yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is my favorite dungeon in the entire game. And not just the entire game, but the entire series as a whole. This dungeon is phenomenal. I think with the exception of one element, which we'll get to soon enough, this temple is pretty much perfect to me. I legit can't think of anything really wrong with it. The music is phenomenal. There were some really great puzzles. And there's an element halfway through the dungeon that I genuinely love. That makes it really stand out compared to the other dungeons in this game. Alright, and as usual, there's 15 stray fairies, so probably should pull out the Great Fairy Mask for this. There's another one here, but I can't do anything about that right now. So let's open, and I can't do anything with this. So, gotta go for the left door. Okay. Hey, Bombchu, over here, over here. I was hoping I could use it to blow up this. Because you can't use the Bombchus to blow up anything that you want, if you're smart about it. Alright, so there's a bunch of boxes here. There's this here. So I'm gonna grab this. Drop that off. You can also quickly drop any item by pressing the shield button. There's another one here. So I need another box. Yeah, thankfully these little boxes are actually heavy enough to press and hold down these switches. This one is a little too... Link is a little too light for this. But not so for Goron Link. And I think this is the one and only time you have to play the LG of Emptiness within the temple itself. Alright, there we go. See, there's another Bombchu. Let me see if there's another box back in that little thing. No, so looks like we'll have to do 2 rounds of LG of Emptiness. Okay. Yeah, it's just to that point where LG of Emptiness is kind of muscle memory for me. Alright, there we go. In we go, and there's some shrubbery around here, which I'll definitely take advantage of. Take down these quays. And I think... maybe only regular bombs will work on this thing. Yep. Okay, so I want to switch around items real fast. And I want to turn into Goron Link for this part. So down here is some lava. Along with Armos, which can be one shot with a punch from the Goron. Okay. I think these ones are also active. No? This one? No. Okay. So now transform back and... not even gonna bother pointing my shield at it. Again, smart enough. If you play it smart enough, you can do a lot of fancy things like that. Okay, roll across here. I think these two are active. Yep. I was hoping you could blow up your partner too. The Armos can actually damage each other. And that spawns in a chest. I got a key. And I think this is the dungeon map, I want to say. I got the map. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll across and up the stairs. But yeah, I love this dungeon, especially the music. The music is what really makes this dungeon for me. Just the chanting, the beats, the way it's so atmospheric. It's so nice. And also, I meant to do that first try. I got the key. Usually it takes me so many tries to get that particular chest. Also, you don't need. Also, you can hit that crystal early. Can't access what it opens right now, but you can get that ahead of time. All right, so back to Zora swimming. Shock. This is a switch we can't do anything with right now, so... let's see. Want to hit this switch at the bottom, and this also introduces an enemy that, if I did Great Bay earlier, we would have seen earlier, but because I skipped Great Bay, this is our first time seeing it. These are Dekubabas. They're basically Dekubabas that can survive underwater and are freely able to move. They're a very creepy enemy, especially with their eyes. Their eyes are freaky as all get out. Alright. Hit that switch, which will be useful for later. You're gonna be hearing me say that a lot throughout this dungeon because, yeah, the gimmick for this dungeon is doing things ahead of time that will be useful for later. It's backtracking the dungeon, but in a good way. Not in the way that's annoying like a lot of other dungeons that use backtracking can be. Okay, so... let's try going through here. Unless that is... that's just the way back, okay. Alright, so I wanted to is up. Okay. Oh. So I was hoping I could try and find the key somewhere, but yeah. Okay. So this introduces a new mechanic with the mirror shield. These little like mirrors, they absorb light. And it creates a like pillar that you can use to shine another light. But you have to be fast about it because these like light corridor things are temporary and they only last as long as you put in the mirror shield in for. I got the thing, got the compass. Blow that up. And okay, so there's a treasure chest over here, but I guess as I can't unlock it yet, if I had to make a guess. Or at least I can't open it right now. So let's go through this door then. And that takes us back to the main part of the dungeon. Okay. Alright, so let's take out these dragonflies. Oh! Hi, I did not expect to see you there, buddy. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to go back because there's a treasure chest that should have a key leading to the next part of the dungeon. It's probably underwater if I had to make a guess. Let's see, that's important for later. Defeat the bonefish. Oh. Also, these things can be one-shot by the Zora boomerangs, so it's good to know. Alright. Should be all of them? So then... Oh, there's one more bonefish. Maybe it's a defeat all the enemies that spawn in the chests? No. Dang, this is my favorite dungeon. I'm already blanking on what to do next. Oh, I already have the key. Brain fart on my end. I am an idiot. Alright. And if I remember correctly, I want to have the stone mask for what's coming. Yep, I knew it. So remember what I said earlier about how this dungeon is nearly perfect, but there's one thing I don't like about it? This is it. This room in the dungeon is genuinely the worst. I do not like this room at all. First of all, these little, like, black enemies, they are infinite spawning. Thankfully, you can kind of circumvent that by wearing the stone mask because, yeah, they don't see you. They don't attack you if you have this on. So that's at least something that can help you out. But the other is the fact that these things rely on the mirrors. And no matter what I do, this puzzle is always just so annoying to me. And you may think, oh, well, it can't be that bad. I mean, that must lead to the exit, right? So, doesn't seem that bad. No. This is an optional chute. This leads to a straight ferry. The required one requires you to do 2 of these mirror things in a row. So yeah, as you can imagine, this can get old real fast. And this thing usually takes me several attempts. There's actually one playthrough where it took me an entire half-day cycle to do this one room. I genuinely don't like this room, and I'm hoping to do this first try so I don't have to worry about it too much. Nope. Oh, come on. Do it as long as it's shining on me. Come on. Alright. First try. Thank you. Goodness, I don't have to be in this room any longer than I have to. Because, yeah, again, I genuinely don't like this room. It's the one weakness in an otherwise perfect dungeon for me. Alright, grab that money, even though I don't really need it. And this is another room that people tend to struggle on, but I actually kind of like it. So first, I'm going to drop down here, because there's a little switch, and I'm going to pound it. Which also opens up another switch, but it's timed, and it's a very tight window, I will admit. Yeah, very tight window. But I kind of like this one because with the other room, you're constantly surrounded by enemies that can constantly impede your progress, and the aiming for the shield is very finicky. Versus this, which is just simple roll around until you finally get to it. So it's not as bad for me. Okay, come on. Go! I hit the switch at the same time the fire went up. Okay, that was kind of fun. That was kind of funny. Alright, and also don't worry about being hit by the fire. Goron Link does not take damage from it, so don't worry about that. Alright. Again, that was kind of amusing. I like that. And for the first time in like ages, the Deku form is actually useful for something. I mean, okay, you do use it in Ancient Castle of Ikana a couple times, but in like a main dungeon, it's actually useful for something. Okay, grab all this money, and there is a chest here. With a straight fairy. And yep, your goal is to fly around until you reach the end. But again, you have to be pretty precise with it. Again, this is something that it took me a while to finally get down. Oh. But it's otherwise not that bad because first of all, you don't take damage if you fall into the lava, surprisingly. So it's pretty forgiving on that end. And two, it just takes one or two tries. Oh! Burning it, thank you. But the one that had to walk all the way. But yeah, it's a relatively forgiving section. You just have to be patient enough to really learn how to avoid the things and just make it to the air vents. Because yeah, even if you fall down, as long as you hit a vent, you'll fly right back up. No problem. So don't worry too much about that kind of stuff. The one thing I will say is kind of annoying is that I wish that Bomb Chew would like be eliminated once you stopped it once, because I feel like that is the one thing that gets in the way of your progress. All right, fly over. Oh, looks like I'm flying backwards. Oh. All right, I might have a good strategy now. Okay, let's go. Okay. Gonna hover around here. And let's go. Come on, make it, make it, make it, make it, make it. Yes! And this should lead me to a stray fairy. So at this point, you should have 5 stray fairies. And welcome to the mini boss. Meet Garo Master. Dodge his attacks and just hit him when he is either confused or stunned. Alright. Otherwise, he's a pretty easy mini boss. To think I could be defeated. Although my rival, you were spectacular. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. If you shoot that which releases the sacred golden light into the blood-stained red emblem outside the temple, it shall rearrange things in which the earth is born in the heavens and the moon is born on the earth. Do not forget these words. Die I shall, leaving no corpse. That's the law of Asgard. Landed right on top of it. I did not intend that, actually. And that gives us the light arrow. We have achieved enlightenment. So when I said that this dungeon was magic hungry, this is what I was referring to. Light arrows consume a ton of magic. And you'll be using this thing quite a bit. So I would recommend getting Chateau Romani so that you can have infinite uses of the at least magical end of the arrows, and you just have to worry about having enough arrows in your quiver. Okay, is there anything down here? See, there's a fairy down here, but I think all my bottles are full and I'm already full on health, so pointless heal is pointless. Okay, can I get up? Yes, I can. Okay, good. Also, now that we have the light arrows, I guess now is as good a time as any to tell you about the greatest money grinding trick in the game. Just outside in Termina Field at night, by the entrance to Ikana, there are cursed bubbles floating around and will infinitely respawn. They are defeated in a single hit by the light arrows, and every time you hit them with a light arrow, they will drop 50 rupees. Again, these things infinitely spawn, so just down a bottle of Chateau Romani, spam light arrows against the cursed bubbles until your wallet is full, and boom. You basically get the best money grinding in the game. And here we have a new enemy, the Igor. Their weakness is the light arrow. For light arrows, it does them in. Which in any other circumstance would mean an entire magic meter. And again, you can't defeat them without the light arrows. So again, infinite magic is a good thing to have in this dungeon. Okay, that is 6 stray fairies. Alright. This leads into another useful thing with the light arrows. Okay, well, first of all, they're basically an insta-kill against most normal enemies, so yeah, take that for what it's worth. But the other thing is, any sun or sunblock, you can now hit them and instantly treat as though you use the mirror shield on them. Honestly, a part of me kind of wish that they worked that way in Ocarina of Time, because it didn't work quite like that. All right, so I want to go back because there's another thing I can hit with a light arrow. Let's see, not this. Okay. I think I need to dive down below to do this one. Yes, okay. Basically, I want to head back into that room with the... I had the 2 BMOs that I hit the crystal earlier. Ow! Landmines. Yes, this one. Because I think... Yes, this is where the treasure chest is. Okay. So I need to do a dolphin jump out of here. Admittedly, the dolphin jump is a little tricky to do. That is the one thing about Zora swimming that I will admit is a little difficult. But it's nothing you can't get after a few tries. Alright. Bimos? Meet my bombos. And that gives me a little stray fairy. I am now officially halfway done with the entire dungeon. Which means I probably could have done the Song of Soaring because that just led me back over to the entrance. The pathway after defeating the Beamos, the Igor. And oh! There's an eye thing on... I almost forgot about that. Oh, I missed. There we go. Okay, that will be useful for later. Let's put back on the light arrows. And let's exit the dungeon real fast. Let's see, I only need to get the center one out for this. Yes, there we go. Do 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 do. And that jewel in the center, hit it with the light arrow. Falling towards the sky. And now we have to go through the dungeon again. Only this time, it's upside down. I love this idea so much. It surprisingly adds a lot to it. And also, the only other appearance of the Triforce in the entirety of Majora's Mask. Again, I find it kind of find it fascinating how it treats the how this game treats the Triforce. Even though it was such an essential plot point in the last game, it's pretty much nothing. It's on the butts of stone beings that have their tongues out. I don't know, I just always found that kind of fascinating. But yep, we're going through the entire dungeon while it's upside down. If you fall down, you fall into the sky and take damage. Hit any treasure chest that you spawned upside down, you can now go and open. Hence why I said earlier that this is basically the dungeon of you unlock something super early on, but you kind of backtrack to get your reward. Like this treasure chest, I spotted it earlier. I couldn't get it earlier, but now that the temple's flipped, I can get to it. Okay, oh, it's a little hard right now. Maybe doing it from here? Okay, Oh well, this gives me a chance to show off something. So over here, there is a button. Gonna go ahead and press that down. Spawn in a treasure chest. But also, there's one of these sexy hands. Walk into it. It picks you up and allows you to grab the money, and it just throws you back inside. No damage taken. So for once, an enemy is actually helpful. I like that. Alright. Let's climb on up, and I'm gonna say... I got a key... Yep, I knew it. Alright. So, let's see. Oh, hi! Your weakness is the hook shot, so I want to pull that out. All right. Hit that sun. Oh yeah, some of them are going to be upside down again, so this is one of those dungeons where you can't just do all the stray fairies just in a single go. You have to basically leave and come back later for them, which is a little unfortunate, but honestly, I don't have too many complaints with that, honestly. I'm fine with it. How do I... Maybe I could hookshot from here? Or... Maybe? Yeah. I think I hookshot across. Also, I love the little touch with the music, having that... It kind of gives an otherworldly feel, which makes sense since you flip the entire world upside down. It's completely different from normal. It adds to the atmosphere. I like it. How do I get to that treasure chest? Why does it have to take me all the way to the top, though? I'm sure I could probably find another way! Maybe from here I could maybe grab it? Yes, maybe from here. Let me grab the chest. Please, it's gonna bother me. There. Fine. Wasted so much time there. Okay. That is 9 out of 15. Alright, so I'm gonna go through here. Hold on. Need to go over here because that chest has a stray fairy in it, and I need to get that. All right. And looks like another case of LG of emptiness. Though this one is more optional than it is required, so I'll give it a little pass. Spawn in a me clone. Come on, reach across. There we go. Ow. Okay, no problem. All right, so I'll hover over here. And there we go, that is 10. All right, and in here is another actually pretty fun puzzle. There's lava on the ceiling, but there's a little crystal thing that if you shoot it, you can just flip it around. So yeah, we can just kind of roll around and just get past all the lava. Or magma, whichever. Again, I know the difference is whether or not it's in the ground or out of the ground, but I never really bothered to learn it. See, there are two choose that I'll give you with arrows or magic if you need them, because they're infinite spawning. But I really only have to worry about the arrow. But again, I only have to worry about arrows because infinite magic. Okay. And again, this puzzle is pretty clever. I have to constantly flip the room and push the block into places where it can go, since it is limited by where it can go based off of the indents in the ground. Again, it's super clever, and again, it's little things like this that make me absolutely adore Stone Tower. Okay, so I want to push it. No, don't climb. Push. Go. Let's flip it again. Also, be careful where you are compared to the block, because if you're on top of the block and yeah, the music is a bop. I love it too, especially the variant when the tempo's upside down, and it adds a kind of eerie sound effect to it. Adds a lot to the atmosphere. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if you're on top of the block and you flip it upside down, it will damage you and you have to restart the entire puzzle. All right, there we go. I was pushing in the complete wrong direction. Well, crap. I was not thinking about that for a second. Push the block, Link. Also, can I just say that shoes in this game look absolutely hideous? Like, I know it's kind of hard to make little gelatin, like, slime monsters cute, but I don't know. I think the shoes in, like, Wind Waker look okay. They look relatively cute. But these things are just... no. Plus, there are literal... plus, there's, like, at least a decade's worth of anime that has shown slimes in a really cute way. So, I don't know. I think it's still doable to make slimes like that cute. Right. Ooh! I did not mean to hit you, but, that works. The arrows in the cutscene just stayed in one place and just transported on the opposite end of the room. Alright, so let's push this along. Because I think... yes, okay. And then I need to push this into place. Opening the way. Into the room, where we fight a fire whiz robe. Which thankfully is pretty weak to the light arrows. And also, I just realized I never grabbed the treasure chest that was in this room when it was right side up. So I'll have to come back for it later. Yeah, there was already several treasure chests that I needed to come back for anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, that takes that out. Leading us to get this treasure chest. Oh yeah, for fighting the whiz robe, just stand in one place and you'll avoid all the lava. Or is it magma? Again, I don't really know the difference outside of one is in the ground, one is like on the surface. There's some pose here, and of course you turn invisible right as I... there we go. And it just drops down to the sky. Okay, so first I want to go this way. Lava on surface, magma and ground. Okay. Alright, so I can't do anything here, but... dodge that. I want to go in here. And This is a new enemy, Death Armos. They stomp down on the ground, but hit the thing with the light arrow, make it stomp down with its head down. Ow. And it'll die. Alright, so one turn. The camera's acting all janky here. Maybe it's just because I'm targeting the Armos. That's probably what it is. Alright, I'm gonna hit that. And again, I really wish that they just had a button dedicated to just replaying the LG of emptiness after a while. Alright. I'm gonna avoid you because I don't really need to fight you. And I got a key. Let's get out of here. Ooh, okay. I almost fell down there into the sky. Alright. Okay, for this next room. There we go. There's an Igor just firing at nothing. I mean, if I were stuck on a bridge for the rest of my life, I'd probably fire at something to pass the time too. I'm gonna fly. Come on, make it, make it. Thank you. I meant to take off the masks, not put on Zora. Alright. And once again, a nice money grinding trick. Fire the curse bubbles with light arrows, you get 50 rupees every time. And if you leave and come back, these things infinitely spawn. Alright. And now for probably my favorite mini-boss in the game. Meet Gomez. So yeah, we basically have this creepy, but still slightly cartoonish, Grim Reaper, essentially. Made entirely out of bat bats. It's so creepy, but it also fits super well with the dead thing going on in Ikana. And I love the detail that the tip of its side, like where the blade is coming out, the skull design is actually a stall child. I like that detail a lot. No, fire arrow. Again, really glad I decided to do infinite magic for this. Also, be aware, this thing does do major damage. Alright. Okay. Why are my light arrows missing constantly? There we go. Okay, send all the bat-bats away. Allow it to hit. There we go. Send all the bats away. And there we go. And light is restored in the room. Alright, so I want to go around and recover a little bit of health. Alright, so let's go in and collect our boss key. I got a key. Okay, so missing 4. It's 3 along the path to, or no, 2 along the path to the boss, and then 2 more just outside of it. Okay. Again, good money grinding. Oh! Plus the fact that they infinitely respawn anyway. Again, good money. I played it right the first time. Why didn't they do it? That always happens to me for some reason. Don't know why. Alright, so... hit that. Whoop. And drop down. Right up here is relatively close to the entrance of the dungeon. Cause that thing to explode. And that spawns another chest, which I'll have to flip the temple again to get. Again, that is probably one of my few nitpicks about Stone Tower, is that if you want to get all the stray fairies, you'll have to leave and come back to the dungeon constantly to get everything. Versus all the other dungeons where you can kind of just do them all in one go. Not to say that the item that you get from the stray fairies is necessarily useful for the boss ahead, but still. And again, I would stand right on top of the chest without even really meaning to. And now for probably my favorite standard mask outside of the bunny hood. I got the giant's mask. As is right now, we cannot put it on. Don't. Okay, but it is used later. The fun effect. Again, I'll have to come back later to grab that. Let's put on the hook shot, since light arrows are pretty much not used for the remainder of this dungeon. Yeah, I wish I could use it outside the dungeon too. Alright. Alright, so there's a beamos down there, and I'm gonna assume there's also health in those pots in there. Probably want to do that, since I'm going in without a certain thing that I like to have before even going into Stone Tower in the first place. Alright. Oop. Hey. Yep. And again, I highly recommend you go and get infinite magic, especially if you're playing the 3DS version. Fall into the sky! Now for my favorite boss in the entire game, Giant Mass Insect Twin Mold. Why is it my favorite boss? Because he uses my favorite mask. And now we just hack and slash away at this thing by hitting either its head or the very tip of its tail. This thing is so much fun to do. It's just basically just hack and slash away however you want. It is so satisfying. It's so much fun. And you really feel the strength of the Giant's Mask with this thing. And that's pretty much what you really need with this. And this is another area where I think they completely butchered it in the 3DS version. Because in the 3DS version, you don't get the Giant's Mask until you defeat at least one of the twin molds. And you defeat the first twin mold by using light arrows against it, which, okay, does give a little purpose to light arrows in a boss fight. That's fine. But then they completely remove the ability to use your sword when you have the Giant's Mask on. And even though it is admittedly a little fun to basically slam down one of the twin molds after stunning it and basically go so long Game Bowser on one of them, it's not nearly as satisfying, and they never really indicate that you have to do that. The first time I played the 3DS version, I legit did not know you had to slam it down in order to actually deal damage to the twin mold. I actually, I started the boss during the start of the second day. I didn't defeat it until the final 12 hours. Because I was so stuck on how to defeat this thing. And I know I'm not alone, because one of the biggest things on game FAQs for the 3DS version of Majora's Mask is, how do I defeat twin molds? So yeah, I know I'm not alone on that. Anyways, that'll be it for the Giant's Mask. I got a heart container. And now we have a full row of 10. And I got the thing, seize twin molds remains. Hey, listen. We want you to lend us your power. If you just leave things as they are, something terrible will happen to this world. Surely you're the only ones who could stop it. That's why that's what Tail was trying to tell us. Help our friend. I get it. We have to help the last one. Then promise us this. You'll cooperate with us. Again, the benefit of doing this out of order, I didn't realize that cutscene would play. Hence the blue shift, because normally it's Great Bay that has that cutscene. And I've also recently discovered that you could also do Snowhead in a different order, because you just need to get the fire arrow, and then you can do either Stone Tower or Great Bay in any order. The only one you truly have to do in order is the Woodfall Temple. So then again, you could probably just grab the bow in Woodfall Temple and then do anything you want in any order. At least in terms of finishing the dungeons. Okay. So I want to go back into Stone Tower so I can get the rest of those stray fairies. And if you go back to Stone Tower after flipping the dungeon, it'll just automatically flip you back. I don't know, it was kind of an amusing detail that I found a long time ago. Alright, so want to hit... It's just slightly off. Slightly off again. Again, I really kind of prefer the gyroscope controls. And the order was right, left, forward. So... Again, why didn't it register the first time? That's like the 5th time that it's done that. Okay, so next. Dun 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 dun. And finally, Human Link. Been drowned. Alright, so let's go into the dungeon. And let's drop. So I just need 3 more. Let's see, okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go through this door then. Alright. 13, 2 more to go. Slip through here. Okay, I want to go north then. Come on. Okay, that wasn't the way to go. Okay. Alright, so let's surface. Let's might as well slip on the bunny hood so I can move a little faster. Thankful I don't have to do this room again. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to do this challenge again. Okay. Position myself a little better. Alright. Looks like I'm flying backwards. There we go. Also, a nice detail. The room where you fight the Garo Master is also the room where you enter for Twin Mold. So the mini-boss room is also the main dungeon boss room. I don't know, I've always liked that detail. Okay, I'm gonna drop down. Pick this up. 14. So the last one should be in that one room filled with the Armos and lava. so how do I get it? There it is. Nope. And stick controls aren't the best compared to buttons. There we go. It's actually why I kind of prefer playing this sometimes on the NSO. Because you could just do a button combination and instantly have the C buttons act like buttons rather than just using the right stick. I don't know, it's a personal thing for me. It's a personal preference thing for me. What do you guys think? Do you prefer buttons or the stick when it comes to N64 games? See, not that way. Like buttons, but don't mind the stick. Okay, that's fair. All right. Next. All right, LG of emptiness. Okay, tell me it didn't blow up. Okay, it didn't blow up the box. Good. Create the clone again. And I'm gonna drop down. Gonna drop. Gonna drop. And pick this up. That's every stray fairy. Sort back to the entrance. All right. And then it's back to Ikana to pick up our reward from the Great Fairy. I believe the Great Fairy is just up there. Should be right in here. Yep. And she's blonde now. Oh, compassionate young one, I am the Great Fairy of Kindness. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall grant you the Great Fairy Sword. I got the thing. It's always during the Zelda streams that this seems to happen. It's always during the Zelda streams that I always disconnect. Our Zelda Fridays just cursed now. Anyways, as I was saying earlier, the Great Fairy Sword is basically the equivalent is Majora's Mask. I shall grant you this. Game crash! Yes, Great Fairy Sword is basically this game's equivalent to the Bigoron Sword, only it's assigned to a C button rather than being able to switch back and forth. I kind of don't like this. I vastly prefer it to be assigned as the main weapon like the Bigoron Sword. So because of that, I almost never use the Great Fairy Sword. But yeah, what is it about Zelda Fridays and my OBS disconnecting and everything crashing? It is always Zelda Fridays that it does this. Alright. So now all there is left are getting these 3 masks as well as this one. But all 4 of these are actually kind of connected through the same side quest, so yeah. And then going and getting a Georg. So I think I'll get 1 more of the empty bottles because the other one does involve that same side quest with the 4 remaining masks. But it does involve repeating the same one and just going for an alternate ending, and that can kind of be tedious. Again, that is one nitpick about the game, is that or at least that one specific side quest, is that you do have to repeat a lot of it, and it is a very specific kind of thing. And I think to finish out this day cycle, I'm gonna go into Icona Graveyard. Because it is almost nighttime. And there's a certain item that I can get on night of the final day. Just gonna go ahead and just speed it to night. Night of the final day. 12 hours remain. Hey guys. Oh, Captain, excuse us, sir. Huh? Ah, Captain, sir. Excuse me, sir. Everyone, give the Captain your attention. We haven't seen you in some time, Captain, sir. As per your orders, we've been guarding these graves closely. Open the grave. Open it? Yes, sir. Everyone, follow me. And let's drop down to beneath the graveyard, specifically the royal family's tomb. Hi, Dompe. Huh? You? Who are you? I can't see because it's too bright. You're not a ghost, are you? A fairy? Oh, it was the fairy's light. In that case, it's just perfect. I came looking for the royal family's legendary treasure, but my torch has gone out. I'm sorry, but could you walk in front of me and light the way, please? Sure. You will? In that case, I'll use your light as I walk. Just lead me to the place where you think the treasure chest is buried. I'll even split the treasure with you. I'm counting on you now. So now we're grave robbing. And this doubles as an escort mission, and yeah, like everyone else, I don't really like escort missions. And this one is not that much fun. Because you have to constantly target him and constantly have him follow you. But you can't move too far away, otherwise you lose him. But stand still and you encounter floor masters. Or are they wall masters? Either way. And yeah, if you don't target him, he'll just walk away. He doesn't even stand still. Okay, so I'll have you stand on this platform because I think one of these leads. Okay, so now I just gotta climb up quickly. Alright, so where is he coming from? Okay. Might as well put on the bunny hood. Okay, follow me. Follow. Follow. Alright, there's something strange about this spot. Dig here. Something strange is here, but there isn't any treasure. Show me another spot. Okay. But for that, I need to fall down. Fall down? There we go. No. No, follow. Follow me. Again, this is one of the more tedious side quests, so this is gonna take a while. In the meantime, how are you guys doing today? Alright, stick here, yes. There's the third one I was hoping for. Alright. So now I just need to lead you to the opposite end of the room. No, you stay on me. Stay on me. Come on, just follow me. Just follow me. Yes, okay, I'm on the platform, good. Okay. Okay, so where is... Okay. Climb! Link. No time for dilly-dallying. Okay, just march around. Oh, there's something strange about this spot. You want me to dig here? Yes. Unveil all 3 fires to reveal... It was actually pretty effective against this thing. And... I don't want to give up the fish. So I'll just get rid of a fairy. I want to show something kind of neat you can do with that big Poe. I got a thing. And inside this treasure chest is an empty bottle. So the royal family's greatest treasure is an empty bottle. I mean, when you consider how overpowered bottles are, consider you can redirect magical spells from demon kings, I'd say that's a pretty valuable treasure. And if you exit here, you're actually in Dompe's house, and he's just hiding under the bed. I ain't seen nothing, I don't know nothing. So you do know something. Alright, so that ought to do it for this day cycle. Actually, wait, I just remembered there's something else I wanted to show off in Ikana. So, actually, let me go deposit the money I have right now. Then I'll go and show it off. Okay, deposits. Ah, my dude. Okay, 200. 749, okay. And let's go back to Ikana. Because, again, I want to show off something real quick. The pink teller almost looked like he was panicking, like, oh my gosh, he just warped into a pile of feathers. Probably the first time any of them actually had that a very legitimate reaction to that. Return the flow back to normal because kind of need more time to pass to 10 o'clock when the curiosity shop opens. And I can sell the big Poe. Anyways, you go over here to the head of the river. And like most video games, there's a secret behind it. The secret shrine. This is only accessible once you defeated Twin Mold. It seems somehow you have managed to send Ikana's wandering spirits into peace. But outside of Ikana, there are still swarms of wandering spirits with lingering regrets. The ones in this room want to meet you again, and have been waiting here for quite a while. Go see them if you feel like it. I'm sure they'll welcome you. Cryptic as always. Let's go down this room first. 4 hearts. Basically, the secret shrine has you refight a lot of the mini bosses that allow you to get items in dungeons. And each time you defeat one, you get a treasure chest that has, I think, 100 rupees? I want to say. Yep, 100 rupees. The only caveat with this place is you need certain amount of hearts to enter certain amount of rooms. So if you have not been super diligent in collecting every heart piece up to this point, you're probably not going to be able to fully complete this place. Let's see, I think this one requires 5. The Ice Whiz Robe from Snowhead. Okay, next one should be... yeah, summoning his clones. You look physical. And you look physical. Question is, can I enter any other rooms with just 10 hearts? Because I actually don't remember what the bare minimum amount of heart containers you need to complete this place. Okay, so let's try this room next. Let's see, 4, 5, 9 heart containers. But that's a spoiler for the next dungeon, so I'm gonna see if I can do this last one. Let's see, 4, 8, 12, right? Yep, I can't even fully complete it. Defeating all 4 of these mini bosses will reward you with a piece of heart. Okay, let's go to the clock tower. And not only deposit the remaining money, but also sell the big Poe to the curiosity shop. 200 rupees. Okay, Curiosity Shop is next. Oh yeah, if you don't save the old lady, you can buy bomb bag from him for 100. Okay. Come in. Let's sell a CNI. How much are you willing to pay for a dead person? I'll take that for 200. How much are you willing to buy a fish? 20 rupees. Nope, that's all I got. Thanks, bud. All right. 200 rupees. 1,000 rupees saved up. And I get 5. That's what they call interest. All right. Let's just deposit the 5. And I think that'll do it. Let's go ahead and reset time. Reset time and go to Great Bay Temple. No, not quite. There is one thing before I want to go to Great Bay Temple. Wait, you still haven't solved the problem with the ocean at Great Bay. There is actual text for this. Oh my gosh, I never knew that. Okay, okay, that's actually interesting. I never knew that. All right, slow down the current of time. And let's soar over to, Great Bay. Because where I want to go next is in Great Bay, it's just not going to the Great Bay Temple. Up, up, up. Okay. I want to have the hook shot out for this, as well as fire arrows. And I'm gonna go straight for this house specifically. The Oceanside Spider House. And right off the bat, there's 2 in here. And with the hook shot, I can actually grapple onto these. That is actually, and this is actually a pretty valid reason to wait on the Swamp Spider House. It's because the hook shot does make it a little easier to grab some of the spider tokens in the Swamp Spider House. So that might be a valid reason for holding off on doing that. Burn away the webs. And there you are, big guy. Okay, go through the door. And they are everywhere in this house. And I'm gonna say this right here now. The Ocean Spider House, I think, is better than the Swamp one. I just like the atmosphere a lot more, and it feels more like a haunted house. Which I think is the point of this place. Which I think is supposed to be the point. Okay, there should be some Skulltulas running along this path. I don't know what you would call this. The lining of the house? Okay, there's Skulltula just running along this beam. Ah! There. Okay. So now I'm gonna burn this up. Okay. Probably want to hit this. Yes. If I can offer a hint, look at the tops of these jars. If they have a black top, that means that there's usually a spider in there. See, this is the library. Which means at some point I'm gonna have to put on the captain's hat. And also random pictures of Skull Kid. Which begs the question, is this Skull Kid's house? Because yeah, those like paintings on the wall, those are Skull Kid without the Majora's mask on. So is this Skull Kid's house? I don't know, something to kind of think about. Oh yeah, there's also some soul children in here, so it's actually nice to have the captain's hat for this area too. Even though I think the stuff with the soul children in here is completely optional, and I think only leads to a piece of heart. Push this bookcase out of the way. Probably want to put on the captain's hat so they don't attack me. Because as long as you have the captain's hat on, these stall children will not go after you. Let's see. Do you have something? No. See, I know that one of these bookcases you can climb on. See, no. Here it is. Hey, bud. Okay, slowly walk over. There we go. There's 13. And there seems to be one more somewhere around here. I can hear it. Where is it, though? Oh, it's just on top of the bookcase. Okay. I need to be on top of the bookcase in order to do this. So. Okay. And that should be every Skulltula in this room. Yeah, there are no more Skulltula sounds, so I'm good to move on. The next couple Skulltulas should be down here in the basement. As if the house itself already wasn't kind of in the basement already. Come Come on, and... Why would they put a web in front of this? That's my question. If it wasn't gonna have Skulltula in there. Hit the thing. Oh! Right. These things are here. Again, surprised there's no Skulltula in that thing. It looks like there's one up here. Just saw its legs. Yep, I see it. Just barely. Okay. Probably want to be on the stairs so I can see it a little easier. There we go. That is 15. Surprised I didn't burn up both of them. Both of the webs. I am holding left. Again, problem with having the stick controls. With having the stick instead of buttons. Okay, that is 18. Hit it before it can return. Burn that away. And in we go. Kill it with fire. Okay. I want to burn that up. In fact, I want to burn up all the webs. There should be a... Yep, a Skulltula in there. That is 20. Hop up. Oop. Ooh, I was so close to being hit by that thing. Alright, so now I need to get some other ones on the ceiling. Is there a point where I can grapple up to those? Okay. So far, no. There is this little space. Revealing another Skulltula. And let's see. I knew there was a point where I had to get on the ceiling. Okay. It should be in one of these pots, I think. Yep. There we go. Is that all the Skulltulas? I don't hear any, so we're good. Okay, and the last room is the dining room. And again, this is where all the hints that you need to talk to the Solitude for come into play. Because you need to hit those colored masks in a certain order, which will open up the way to a treasure chest containing a piece of heart. But I won't go for it. Stop switching to the bow game. Again, why is that? Again, problem with stick versus buttons. Okay. Knock down all these perfectly good pictures of Skull Kid. Burn away the webs. Stop. Gotcha. Gotcha. And for this last one, turning to Goron, and I'm sorry, all you stall children. Oh, I thought the ground power would be strong enough to kill them all. Guess not. 28, 29, 30. And that's all of them. So now just hurry back over to the entrance. Let's see. There's a hookshot thing. And then Goron up to this dude. He'll only appear once you've cleared out all the spiders. I thought I heard some loud noises inside, and I came in to check it out. This place? Is there some sort of underground shelter? Did you find this place? I beg you, let me have this place. Not for free, of course. I hope this will do. I got that thing. Got the giant's wallet. Now I can hold up to 500 rupees. He will only give this to you if you complete the Skulltula house within the first day. Otherwise, he'll just give you 20 rupees. I'm glad it was something you needed. Anyhow, I won't be needy much longer anyway. And I'm just gonna presume he's gonna try and stay underground to avoid the moon crashing into the earth. I do not blame that guy. But I think that'll do it for the stream. Yeah, I did get a lot done. Completed Stone Tower, I got a lot of masks. Got the biggest wall upgrade, as well as got the last empty bottle that I'll be getting on this playthrough. So gonna switch over to my just chatting screen. There we go. So yeah. Tomorrow it will be Pokemon Black version once more. So definitely look forward to that. Let's see. And then Wednesday I'll be starting a new game. I won't flat out say what it is, but I will give you a hint. It is a Lego game, and one that is very nostalgic to me. And also, no, it is not Lego Star Wars. I don't want to get in trouble with the copyright stuff. If there's any game that I'm gonna risk the copyright stuff on, it's the only one that I'll risk it with is like Kingdom Hearts. Like that's the only game with a lot of copyright stuff that I'm risking to play on stream. But yeah, that'll be it. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching, and this is Chronofahx signing out.